Champion status. Champion status.
Vika Bulachova here with Next Gen Champ and Team Currents MMA, and next to me is Nick Ramirez. Nick, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year, Happy 2017, New Year, new beginnings, and new fight coming up for you. February 10th, Nick will be fighting at Belvedere on his boxing show at Elk Grove Village. Let's talk a bit about this fight. How is preparation going, and what you're looking forward for?
Preparation's going good. I would say it's like a 7-week camp. I was in the gym before that, but I narrowed it down to 7 weeks and started working on more specific things. Just changing my game a little bit because in the past I've won off of skill and stuff, but I'm just trying to be a better boxer, better puncher. So just working new things and making myself uncomfortable in training. So in this fight, just be ready for whatever.
2017 started pretty good for you. You have a fight lined up on February 10th. But I was just looking through your Instagram. You called 2016 the craziest year in your life. What was going on through this year and why you called it this way?
2016 was a crazy year for me. I dealt with a lot. I had a few mistakes I made in boxing that they didn't cost me my career, but sat me on the bench for a while. And then I finally was able to come back. When I came back, I was training. I was working really, really hard. Felt good. I was getting ready for a fight October 8th. Just sparring a lot of rounds, and one day I went over, I had some sparring, and felt something weird in my face, and went to the doctor, found out I broke my orbital and fractured something in my nasal. So then they told me another 3 or 4 months off, so it was just a wild year because the beginning of the year they had me top 5 prospect to watch out of Chicago, and I had not a single fight, so I was just sitting back thinking about that, not fighting. It was, when you're a real fighter, it's like, what you want to do is fight, and I wasn't able to fight, so I was just sitting back, and just soaking in my own misery for a while. And it's like I didn't beat myself up too much, but it was just a little hard on me. It's like all I wanted to do was fight, and knowing that I couldn't, having an injury and a couple things that happened, like I said, with paperwork and stuff like that, just kind of sat me back. But now, I'm back, 2017, clean mind, I'm focused, and I just stayed working in the gym. Like even though I was out and I had the orbital break, I just kept working. And, manage my weight and everything else. And, here we are, February 10th. I'm coming back, and it's in my hometown, which I'm excited for. And I'm ready to make a statement. I told Jay that, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm ready to make a statement, start my year off big, and looking to get a lot of fights this year. So just the key is staying healthy.
Well, we're looking forward to your fights as well. And as we are here, Team Currents MMA wanted to come here for a long while. Know that you trained here for quite a while already, probably close to 4 years or so. Just let's talk a little bit about Team Curran. When did you guys first get together? How did you get a chance to know Jeff Curran and your training team over here?
I found out about Jeff through my coach Eric. He was my original boxing coach out in the city, and then Jeff was fighting in the WEC back then. And getting ready for some big fights, and then they brought me down for some sparring, and I just started sparring them and started sparring all his guys. He had some tough guys, and I was just the kid that kept coming around. And then I got introduced to Doug Mango, and had a couple amateur fights with him as my coach, and we just started working on things. He said, hey, you're a good fighter, but you need to work on certain things, certain mechanics. Doug's always, with him it's always specific. Like you have to turn your wrist over, you have to throw your jab like this, angle your feet like this. So everything's specific with Doug. So when I got with him, I really liked it. I had Eric, who was a great coach for me, throughout my whole career as an amateur, and I still work with him. And then to add Doug, and then you get the knowledge of Jeff. I mean, Jeff has a huge fighting career. So, and his, just his motivation that I saw in him, like I said before, just always inspired me. So I stuck around, and it's just been my home, for, like you said, for a good 4 years. And I like the team here. I like the atmosphere. It's comfortable. They always treat me like it's home. So, it's been my home, and this is my training area. So.
Another question I was curious to ask all the time. You train at the mixed martial gym. Do you have any idea to switch up from boxing to mixed martial arts, or do you solely just pay attention to the boxing here?
I think about MMA sometimes. I've ran it by Doug, and Doug tells me absolutely not, because he wants me to be a boxer. He wants me to focus on just boxing. But I don't know. I mess around. Jay comes in sometimes, sees me. I kick the bags and act like I know what I'm doing. I really don't, but I just mess around with it. And it's there sometimes, the idea, but for me, I want to stick to boxing and focus on that. I think I got a good shot at making a good career here. So my focus is just to work on my craft in boxing and be the best boxer I could possibly be. Because boxing has a short window. You don't have a lot of time to do what you love. So it's like I want to make the best of this, make the best run, and then this gym will be here, and there's some jiu-jitsu I could do probably later in life. So that's probably my goal. When I'm done boxing, I'll probably get on the mat and start rolling with some of these guys. But for now, just boxing.
Interesting thing, but I might see mixed martial arts in a boxing gym, but I never seen a boxing guy into the mixed martial gym, so it's a pretty interesting fact. Well, I know that we just talked with Doc Mango a few minutes before we started interviewing you, and he said that you were going to Sam Kelowna gym to get some sparring sessions, some rounds in. Who were you working with, and what were your concentration on out there?
Every time I go to Sam's, he has just a bunch of guys. I mean, I don't really know all their names there, but I just go in there. I get a lot of good work, a lot of good rounds. They always, they spar really, really hard. So it's good work for me. They push a pace that you're going to get in a real fight. And the atmosphere there is great. Everyone has a great attitude. Also, I do go to Garfield sometimes, and I spar with those guys. I haven't been there since the orbital break, but I was going up there getting some really good rounds with Nate Gallimore and all those guys. And that's another gym, man. You go there, you got to bring it, you got to fight. They got Adrian Granados. He's got a big fight coming up, so we're all rooting for him. He's one of my favorites here in Chicago, and I try to when I can, I try to get around the city and work with some of the guys. But like I said, Team Kern's my home, so most of the time I'm here. But when I got fights, I'm getting closer to the fight. I like to go out and spar with some of the guys in the city and get some really good work in, because I think Chicago boxing. I mean, we have a lot of great fighters here. I mean, some people might not know about us all, but I think we're starting to make a little noise here. So I try to go and get some of the work with them, and it always makes me better. Even if you go there and you get worked up a little bit, it's always the best rounds you can get, I feel like, here in Chicago. So.
Very nice of you. Well, you mentioned that 2016 was a rougher year, and I'm pretty sure it required some motivation. What was motivating you at this time? Maybe there are some people who impacted you in a particular way, or people who you talked to that were able to change a little your mentality and get you through those tough times.
Yeah, I always start with my family. My family, they stood by me through the whole thing. They were just talking in my ear constantly. Don't give up on your dreams. This is what you want to do. We're right behind you. The day you're ready to get back and they clear you to fight, we'll be there for you. And then there's a kid here, Brendan, that he was like messaging me like crazy. He actually put a post to pray for me and stuff when I had the injury. And ever since I met that kid, dude, I'm telling you, I fell in love with that kid, and I started working with him now, and he's just the sweetest kid ever, man. He's like a quiet killer. When you see him, the kid punches super hard, and he's developing really fast, but you see him smile, you see him walk around the gym, he always brings that positivity. And when I came back, it was like I was lacking a little positivity in my life, and he brought it back to me. So just being around him and having him in my camp, I put a couple posts about him and stuff. I don't think people realize that he was one of the main reasons that I started coming back and really wanting to fight. So I just want to take a chance to thank Brendan for that, and his family's really cool and awesome to me too. So that was really the spark of it and started everything. And now I'm back, and Brendan's been with me in camp, and we're getting ready. We call it it's not my fight, February 10th. We're calling it our fight. So I'm here to support him. He's here to support me. I got his back. He's got mine. So
as far as I understand, he will be with you in the corner on February 10th.
Yeah, he's not going to sit in the corner with us, but he's definitely going to, I'm doing my best to get him to walk out with us. I have my Chicago flag. I want him to carry it, because I want to represent the city, and I think he's a good kid to represent the city and hold the flag for us. So I got my flag. I got him walking out with us, and I'm just excited. He's really excited about it. So like I said, he always brings a positivity and good energy, and for me, it's been a blessing for me. So I'm just excited to have him, and like I said, every time I see him, just brings a smile to my face and motivates me even more. So February 10th, I don't want to let him down.
Very nice of you. Well, as far as I know as well, you're dedicating your fight on February 10th to another young lady who is going through tough times. Could you just say a few words about that, please?
I recently found out about this young lady, Donna, I want to say her name is, and she battled, I want to say it was something with cancer. I don't know. I don't have all the details on it. I know the story briefly, but I want to dedicate my fight to her, because I feel like her and many other kids in the world, they fight battles that we can't us as fighters can't even imagine fighting. So for me, I saw a couple videos of her. I saw her family and stuff like that, and I thought it would be like, for me, it was motivating, and I feel like if I can inspire her the way she inspired me when I saw the videos, I just want to give back by dedicating this fight to her. I'm actually going to get her name stitched on my trunks, and then I got a couple other ideas for her, but I don't want to say them yet, just publicly. But I got some other things in mind, and like I said, it's just a big motivation for me too. So this fight goes out to her and Brendan for sure.
Well, very nice. I guess everybody fights their own fight, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And you're wearing the pink Superman shirt. I guess that's another sign of that.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not a big Superman fan, but my trunks are going to be pink, so I started wearing the pink, getting used to it a little bit. But whatever. I'm more of a Batman fan.
I see that. Well, February 10th is going to come and go, but what's going to be your plans after the February 10th fight?
Hopefully no injuries, have a clean head, and literally probably just take a week off and then right back in the gym. I'm looking. This is the year, like I said, I want to make it a personal year for me. I want to have a big year. I want to start with Venegas, get past him. I'm not overlooking him, but I just want to get past him. I'm motivated. I'm really working to go in there and showcase my talent. And then just on to the next guy, and just keep, listening to the offers and taking the right fights. And, like I said, I got to build my career, carefully and be wise about the fights I take. But I got my team for that. We always look at the fights and make the best decision at the end of the day. Like I said, 2017 for me is a big year. It's a personal year for me. I missed all of 2016, so I want to come back and let everybody know that I didn't miss a beat. I was on the bench for a while, but I'm back, and I want to show people I didn't miss anything. I'm here. I was working the whole time, and I'm just ready to be back, ready to make a statement. So.
Well, good luck to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Friday, February 10th, Hits Boxing at Belvedere at Elk Grove Village. The first bout starts at 7:30. Don't miss it.
Champion